First, let's talk about this sexual violence against women. You introduced a bill, which I talked about in the introduction, International Violence Against Women Act. And in light of this high-profile abduction of Nigerian schoolgirls, not to mention the high incidence of rape in India or the use of rape as a weapon of war, such as in the DRC and other places, what specific measures are you proposing to combat this epidemic of gender-based violence?
First of all, because I know we're talking to an international audience, I want to be perfectly clear that we haven't solved this issue at home, and I'm acutely aware of that. It's not only, you mentioned some violence against women in the military, which is far too prevalent. We're also seeing violence against women on campuses and sexual assaults and sexual harassment on college campuses around the country. So, I don't want to get preachy about this. We have a lot of work to do here at home. But as women that are often more empowered than our sisters around the world, it seems that we can take some of the principles of our Violence Against Women Act here at home and pass the International Violence Against Women Act. The good news about the legislation is that we do have bipartisan support, Republicans and Democrats, and it would make as a priority of United States foreign policy dealing with issues like gender violence and discrimination against women around the world, address the status of women in many countries, which puts them at a place where they're actually sold. And it's so incredible what we're seeing right now going on in Nigeria. Boko Haram translates into no Western-style education. That is an organization, really a terrorist organization, against educating girls, to the point that they have been kidnapped. Its leader has bragged on camera that they're being sold, apparently some for $12, even across borders. And that, fortunately, has evoked international outrage. And here in the United States, a team has been sent now to Nigeria to provide the expertise to go to rescue those girls, and hopefully to work with the Nigerian government to go after that organization and its leader and treat him as the criminal and outlier and terrorist that he is in an appropriate fashion. Under the International Violence Against Women Act, this would become a priority, certainly under the category of emergency situations that would spark action by the United States government. Fortunately, this administration has done just that.
Speaking of the situation with the Nigerian girls, as bad as it is, do you think it can be a catalyst to spur the legislation further? In other words, where does it stand, its status, and do you think that, ironically, this could help to gain passage more quickly?
You know, it's interesting. I saw one news account that showed that the response of the United States government is also a reflection of increased power of women in the Congress. We have 20 women in the Senate, 79 women in the House of Representatives, so we're just short of 100, 99, which actually, again, some of the women listening around the world may know that their parliaments and their legislatures are actually doing better in terms of the number of women. But I think that the growing power and influence of women in our country has moved this to the top of the agenda, perhaps even more quickly. And I'm hoping that it also will spur the kind of sense of urgency on the International Violence Against Women Act. And we're certainly following up on that, trying to get more women and more men in the Congress to sign on as co-sponsors of the bill and to move it.